Heya, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through Friday, April 25th, 2025. It is Venus's day. Venus is still in Pisces, and she's pretty much at her exaltation degree, which is great. She's like the most beautiful, the most romantic, the most compassionate, right? She just had her meet up with Saturn and said, I have these promises and these vows. They feel very sacred, very karmic. Um, I am feeling stable. I'm feeling good about it. Let's go. And as a reminder, too, with Venus, is that she was retrograde and she needed to go back into Pisces to perhaps have this experience of, remembering what she wanted to reimagine for her value, her sense of beauty and connection and romance and relationship, all of that, so that she can kind of go back into Aries where she does not like it. She can go through the troubled waters of Aries and then get back into her sign of Taurus later on. But all that to say, Venus is in pretty good condition today, and we like that for her. 12:23 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the moon enters Aries, and so the vibe shifts. Moon in Pisces, wrapping things up, maybe feeling a little sad, a little sorry for itself, really deep, deep, deep inside of its emotional processes. And the moon in Aries says, I gotta go. I gotta do something else here. Moon in Aries is very fast feeling, fast processing moon. It is instinctual, it is intuitive. It can be a bit spicy, right? Uh, it can emotionally react out of anger before it turns to other feelings first. And it is answering to that Mars and Leo, which is also in a fire sign. So we got a fire trine fired up. Our emotional needs and habits are in alignment with our drives and desires. And so I think that this is a really great day to try to get things done. We still have things forming in the sky that can be quite volatile. And so I think the caution here is to not kind of go over the mark. At 1:41 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we get that moon in Aries conjunct Neptune. This can be emotional confusion. This can also be supreme intuitiveness, a spiritual dream. This can be kind of psychic. You're getting these like quick psychic hits. However, it can also really, really bring a sense of like spiritual delusion, grandiose thinking. That trine to Mars happens at 2:51 a.m. And then at 6:31 a.m., we get the moon sextile Pluto in Aquarius. Now, I think that this brings an intensity, some complexity, certainly Pluto being complex, and the ability for the moon in Aries to go deeper into its instinctive and emotional processes to kind of mm, maybe eliminate some of the ways that it is reacting. However, it could just be feeling really, really spicy, really, really intense feelings that are coming way too quick. And I think that this kind of really speaks to what is going on in the world, where people are really starting to feel like things are critical, emotionally critical. 7:54 a.m., we get the moon conjunct Mercury in Aries. We are able to speak to what we are feeling, what we are sensing, what we are seeing around us. Um, I love this aspect because it's like what I'm telling you is the way I'm feeling it too. You know, it's a nice aspect. But a quintile to Jupiter can be a feel good aspect. I do think that because of what is forming for the next day, I don't know, but it could bring a sense of grandiosity, perhaps. the intuitive wisdom kind of flowing here. However, 5:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we get a semi-square to Uranus and Taurus. And this is something emerging. Something is kind of being shaking up below the surface. Something is rumbling. Something is ready to kind of peak or explode. And that makes sense because tomorrow we got some big aspects. So for today, for Friday, try to get what you can done. Try not to emotionally overreact. Try to sit in the flow of your intuition and feeling fired up, but not in the way that makes you kind of lash out at other people. Yeah? Yeah? So don't do it for the plot today. Do it for you. All right, take care. Bye. Hey, thank you for listening to today's Astro Weather with me. I'm Sydney. As a reminder, I'm always open to seeing both new and my beloved returning clients. My website is ddastrology.com. That is D as in dog, D as in dog, astrology.com to check me out, and just click the email buttons in order to schedule with me. If you're into a more conversational feel with your podcast and content, I have a podcast called BS Astrology with my fellow Mercurial Mommy Bender, and we put out episodes every Sunday for the week. Just search BS Astrology on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to your podcast, including Spotify, Audible, and more. Have a good day.